Polling guru John Curtice has warned Nicola Sturgeon's support for both the SNP and independents is falling ahead of the crucial Scottish Parliament election next Thursday. Professor John Curtice has crunched the latest polling numbers ahead of the Holyrood vote on May 6 and suggested the SNP could miss out on a majority. The party has vowed to hold a second independence referendum, 7 years after the failed 2014 vote, if the party secures a majority of SNP MSPs elected to the Scottish Parliament. Widespread polling in recent days has put support for independence on a knife edge, and other surveys have the SNP within a grasp of having outright control of Holyrood. The professor of politics at the University of Strathclyde has assessed the data and said support for both independents and the SNP is lower than at the beginning of the campaign trail. He suggested support for the SNP taking Scotland out of the UK could be less than 50%, and stated such an outcome could be the difference between the SNP getting a majority or not. He told the Herald, "There's one pretty major headline. If you compare the polls with the beginning of the campaign, support for independence is lower, and support for the SNP is lower. This could be the difference between the SNP getting a majority or not, and as that was only about 50% at the beginning of the campaign, it's probably less now. As people who support the SNP support independence, this is what you'd expect." However, Professor Curtice predicted there will still be a majority for independents in the Scottish Parliament, not through the SNP alone, but with the help of the Scottish Greens. The polling expert forecast the Greens will have a record performance at the ballot box. He also cast major doubts over the prospects of Alex Salmond's new pro-independence Alba party. The former First Minister will stand candidates in the regional lists and outlined plans to create a so-called supermajority for leaving the UK. Professor Curtice said support for the Alba party is peaking at just 3%, well short of the 6% threshold which is set to be needed to elect an MSP.